This is 24 karat pure gold. So we're literally tapping on gold. This is a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and in this wallet is 1 Bitcoin. Hey, how's it going? I hope I got you doing very well now. I've been doing ASMR for, what, the better part of 4 years now, and over my time of doing ASMR, I've searched for the best, or should I say the rarest, and most unique ASMR triggers. So in this video, we're going to be showing you some unique triggers, but also some extremely expensive ones. Now I want to say and clarify that the cheaper stuff is mine, but the super expensive stuff I borrowed off a friend for the video, so big shout outs to him for letting me borrow. Well, you'll see what I mean anyway. So this video is going to have some very unique, interesting, quirky triggers that are quite rare, but then it's also going to have literally rare triggers, stuff that I'm very actually scared of making sounds with, because well, you'll see anyway. So let's get right into it. These are going to be sounds that you probably haven't really seen before. The first one are these guys. So you'll notice there's a trend, all of the cheap stuff is mine. Well, with the exception of one trigger. So these guys are the little aliens. These guys are from Toy Story. I'm sure many of you guys will recognize them. And I believe my dad picked this up about 10 years ago at a Disney World or something, and it's a piggy bank. So there's 3 little guys, and they have their heads right there. They're wearing their cute little suits. I love Toy Story. Big fan, big fan. I always like these guys. They go, ooh. You know, they always say that. And the grain. They love the grain. So, at the bottom of the piggy bank, you can see there's the little adjustable. So at the bottom of the piggy bank, you can see that's where you open it up and take out the money. So these are cute. I've never really seen these before, and I doubt they produce them nowadays. So I thought it was just a cute, rare, unique little trigger. So that's the first sound. I know it's very. So that was the first sound. I know, very stock standard. So next we have a trigger which I haven't seen. So next up we have a trigger. So next up we have a trigger that will. So next up we have a trigger that will pull at the heartstrings of many people around my age. DSi. This is a childhood staple of mine. So many of you guys might see that this Nintendo DSi is scratched and totally, well, destroyed, and that's because it is. For any of you OG fans, you might recognize this prop from my worst reviewed game store. In that video, in that roleplay, I get a pair of scissors and essentially start cutting up the DS. And that totally destroys the screen. And, well, the DSi was very, I feel like a lot of people don't really remember it. People remember the original DS, which was like the pink, the blue, and the gray one that came out. Then there was the DS Lite. Then there was the DSi, which is this guy. And this one was cool because it came with a camera function. So that was cool, and then after that there was the 3DS, which I feel like a lot of people remember most. This is just a unique, rare trigger. Don't really see anyone with a DSi these days. So the funny thing is the screen is totally destroyed, but funnily enough, the audio and the interface still works, so I can actually turn this on and it still has some battery in it. Still works. So it's on the menu, I believe. As you can see, the screen is pretty much totally destroyed. But funny how the interface still works. This DSi background music takes me back, boys. Anyway, I just thought that was cool. I always find the DS stuff really relaxing. So we can make some sounds with the gamepad and the buttons. Sounds pretty nice. Let me know if you grew up with a DS, and if so, which model. DSi. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Okay, so next, let's spice things up a bit. this next trigger doesn't belong to me. I asked a buddy of mine, Ben, if he had any expensive, rare items he would be okay with lending me for a video, and he did not fail to deliver, let's just say. So this item isn't mine. In fact, I'm terrified and scared to make sounds with it because, I don't know, I'm just scared it'll break, even though, anyway, you'll see. Here we go. So, this is a pouch. Nothing crazy, right? But the question is, what is in the pouch? Now, I don't think in the thousands of videos that I have been watching of ASMR over 4 years, never have I seen someone make sounds with this object here. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, so what's in the pouch, you may ask? Well, you've probably seen the trailer already or whatever, but here we go. This is 24 karat pure gold. Now, I'm shaking because I'm terrified. I don't know, you can't break gold, but I'm scared I'm gonna, I don't know, something. So, I have 3 bars of gold before you, and this stuff is heavy, man. It's not even the size of my palm, but this stuff's very heavy. So we have the smallest bit from ascending order. I have a little gold nugget. This is 37.5 grams of gold. And I think I last checked, I don't know what the price of gold is at the moment, but anyway, so we have 37.5 grams. We have 50 grams of gold. I don't know if you Americans over there or wherever you're from, I don't know what unit of measurement you use, but this is 50 grams of pure 24 karat gold. And this big boy, big mama, big boy is 100 grams of gold. Pure 24 karat gold. So I'm kind of terrified holding this, I'm gonna be honest, because I've never touched or held gold in my life. For those of you who've never touched gold, to describe it, it just feels like metal, really, but this stuff's really heavy. If I remember anything from my senior year chemistry classes, it's that gold is one of the heavier metals, I believe, because of its atomic mass and all of that stuff, and I was never really good at chemistry, but it's a very dense metal due to the protons and neutrons in its atomic composition. And so I guess is this the first ever ASMR video to be making sounds with pure solid gold? Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen someone do this before. So we're gonna be making some sounds with real gold. I'll let you take a look at that. If you have never seen gold, hopefully the camera will focus a bit on it. There we go. So, I don't know if you can make out what that says, but it says 100 grams, 99.9999% gold, 24 carats. This stuff is heavy, it's super small, but 100 grams. Anyways, I'm terrified. And a big shoutouts to Ben for lending me this. So we're literally tapping on gold. Crazy. So I think, you see in TV shows and movies of people fighting and gold, and for the longest time I never understood why people did that. Till I did a little bit of research, and well, gold is very unique, so we can do some cool, unique facts about gold as we're tapping on gold. So the first cool fact about gold is that it's very malleable. That means that it's a very bendy gold. I'm not even going to try to it's a great conductor for electricity. And yeah, it's a very heavy gold too, heavy metal, sorry. So because it's so malleable, people often say that gold is the butter of all metals on the periodic table, which I kind of understand now because it's such a soft metal. So people, what they'll do is a very general preliminary test to assess the legitimacy of gold is they'll bite it, and it should be very easy to make a dent in it because it's such a soft metal. So I know people invest in gold, people like to buy gold as a way to hedge against inflation in an economy or stuff. I don't really know. I don't invest in gold, but this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm tapping on gold. This is turning into a Mr. Beast video. Anyway, so we have the other little bars of gold. I don't want to slide because I don't want to scratch it or something. So yeah, we have the 50 grams and 37.5 grams and the big 100 grams. Anyway, so there you have it, pure gold. I'm gonna put this away because I'm terrified of having to pay for it if I somehow damage it. So, put the gold back in the pouch. And so yeah, there you have it. Is this the first ever ASMR video to be making sounds with real gold? Let me know. But again, thanks to Ben for that. The next sound, let's bring it back a bit in terms of the cost, is this. Now, if you live in the United States of America, or anywhere in the world that has a Universal Studios, you'll probably recognize this very quickly. But for someone like me who lives in Australia, this is actually quite rare. This is the wand of Draco Malfoy's. If you've ever watched Harry Potter before, and at the Universal Studios in LA that I went to a couple years back, they have a Harry Potter sort of station, I guess. And you can go to Ollivander's wand shop and pick up a wand, which is really cool. And they have all different kinds of wands. They have Harry's wand, Hermione's, Ron's, Voldemort's, sorry, shouldn't be saying his name, Snape's wand, I think, and Dumbledore's wand and all that. But I picked up Draco Malfoy's. I don't really know why. I think I always thought of myself as a Slytherin, but so and it just takes me back to that first movie in Harry Potter when Harry picks up his wand at Ollivander's wand shop. So it comes in this case. And if we open it up, we get a couple of things. Firstly, we get this This is the manual that comes with your wand. And this is really cool. Basically, it on the back, it has sort of a map of the Universal Studios Harry Potter World station. different spells that you can cast. What you can do with your wands is go to the different stations. If you've never been there, you go to the different stations and you can do different spells and you get these cool different sort of experiences. So pretty cool stuff. So some of the things that we have here. So we have Incendio. We have, of course, Ventus, Silencio, Revelio. Of course, we have Wingardium Leviosa. So, pretty cool. And then on the other side, we have a little tutorial how to cast spells at the different stations. So it says, with wand ready, stand at the medallion and face in the direction it points. Raise your wand and trace the shape of the spell symbol through the air while reciting the spell. If you make the correct gesture with your wand and recite the spell, magic will happen. At locations with more than one spell symbol, try each spell. So yeah, that was fun. Actually, the first time I ever got recognized from YouTube, from a subscriber, I guess, was in America. It'd be great to go back to the States. I haven't been there in about 3 years. And funnily enough, I never get recognized in Australia, where I'm my home country, because less than 1% of my audience that watches me is in Australia. However, in the United States, it's over 50%. And before I even had 100,000 subscribers when I was in the States 3-4 years ago, I got recognized when I had under 100k subscribers. So it'd be great to go there. Now with my audience at over 1.5 million people, it makes me wonder if I'd be recognized at all now if I went there. Anyway, someday we'll go back to the States and do a little meet and greet, hopefully. Anyway, I digress. And of course, that comes with our wand is the wand itself. So this is Draco Malfoy's wand. I picked this one, I really think, because it just was the most sleek looking, really, really classy. So why don't we cast some ASMR tingle magic? Hypnosis. Pretty cool stuff, eh? Why don't we try another spell? Let's try Tingalia Leviosa. We'll do one more spell. Insomnia. So there we go. A lot of fun. I should really make more videos with my wand. It'd be great. So, let's get crazy now. This next trigger is one of my most prized possessions. And something which I've shown a couple times on the channel, but I can really talk about it. And there you go. This is a Blue Eyes White Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm sure many of you have heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. Maybe you watched the TV show as a kid, or I think is White Dragon, first edition from the Legend of Blue Eyes set, which is the first ever set of Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever to be created about 20 years ago nearly. So this is basically the Charizard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Many of you guys might remember the crazy Pokemon stuff happening in 2020 with Logan Paul, and how Pokemon as a trading card and as an investment went up like crazy. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has its own Charizard, and that is the Blue Eyes White Dragon, I guess. So, this just takes me back to that first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! When Kaiba rocks up to Yugi's grandpa's card store and finds that Blue Eyes. So, the price of this, it's hard to say. I have not graded this card. You might hear the terms, oh, this is a PSA 10, this is a PSA 9 card. Basically what that is there's a company in Texas called PSA, and basically they're the guys you want to go to if you want to grade your cards. And they grade all sorts of different things, from Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh! To Magic the Gathering, football cards, playing cards, basketball cards, you name it. And so, well, this is in immaculate condition for the most part. I was wanting to get this graded, but it's in Texas and I live in Australia, and there's nothing scary as sending a $1,000 card in the mail overseas and having to pay the insurance and all of that stuff. So someday I'll get around to it, but for now I just enjoy having it in this case. So obviously I'm not going to make sounds with this, unfortunately, because it's a very it's very easy to damage the card, and I don't really want to do that. So I just thought we could talk about it for a second. But yeah, if this is a PSA 10, it can be worth tens of $20,000 or $30,000 even. Some sell for, I believe there was an auction for a PSA 10 Blue Eyes that sold somewhere up to $30,000 US. I don't think this is a PSA 10. I think it's maybe an 8 or a 9, and so it's pretty good still. So this is just a prized collection. Many of you guys know I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love collecting cards. I made a video a couple months ago showing my Yu-Gi-Oh! Card collection, and I play the game competitively, and so I just wanted to buy a rare piece of Yu-Gi-Oh! History, which is this guy, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So there you go. And so for now, the final trigger. This one has to probably be the most insane trigger I've ever used on this channel. Again, a big shoutouts to Ben for lending me this. For the final trigger of this video, we have this. Now you might be saying, Jojo, this is just a white box. What is this? Oh, how wrong you are. So this is a ledger, which is basically a electronic wallet. This is a ledger, which basically is a electronic wallet. And in this wallet is 1 Bitcoin. Yeah, big thanks to Ben again for being crazy enough to let me use this. I don't really know a whole bunch about Bitcoin, but from what I know, Bitcoin essentially is cryptocurrency, and it's basically just code, and it's a digital currency. And so you might have been hearing in the news, Bitcoin has been going crazy with the price and everything. I believe 1 Bitcoin at the time of recording this video is about $32,000 US. Crazy, right? Crazy. And how funny would it be in like 5 years if 1 Bitcoin's like $200,000, $500,000? If so, hi, future. Anyway, so I don't really want to make too much sound with this because I don't know if I can break this or anything, but yeah, the ledger, that's the electronic wallet, which is like a USB. Crazy stuff. did I think in a million years I'd be tapping on Bitcoin. So I think with Bitcoin, I don't personally earn any, I don't know anything about it, but Bitcoin, I think people are just going crazy over it because they're wanting to hedge against inflation and all that stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so that is just about going to wrap up tonight's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. A huge thanks to Ben for lending me these crazy triggers. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And comment down below which trigger was your favorite. But with that said, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time.